There isn't a whole lot in the news today in regards to much for anything, to be honest with you. It's August and everybody seems to still be on vacation. But I did find a pretty good earnings call. Sysco, now that's not C-I-S-C-O, Sysco from Silicon Valley Sysco. We're talking Sysco, S-Y-S-C-O, the world's largest broadline food distribution company with more than 400,000 clients worldwide. Now, why do I think this is such a good earnings call? Because first off, their revenues of $14.4 billion put these guys right up there. I mean, they're the world's largest the broadline food distribution company in the world. Now, that means they send food to hotels, restaurants, hospitals, you name it, any large, they're the intermediary, they store it, they ship it, they get it there. They are massive. I mean, $14.4 billion in revenue is a very, very large number. I think a company like this kind of gets slept on a little bit. They beat the street by $60 million on that revenue number. That's up 5.5% year over year. The EPS was 72 cents, I believe. 72 cents, yeah. Beat the street by a penny. Comparable sales growth is really where... Or it's comparable sales growth is up 3.4%, I think. It's the actual food service sales that we see the real number that I think is impressive for a company this big, that's already the world's largest. And then you talk about a number like this. The U.S. food service sales were down 3.8%. So they actually, a little bit of the sales, it pulled back a little bit, and that's not the greatest news when you consider that, you know, there's a lot more traffic to restaurants in the last couple of years. As you see this number kind of go down, that does strike me as a bit of a problem. But when you consider the world's largest already, and then you look at their international food service sales was up 80%. 80%. They're already the world's largest. 14.4 billion. Now, they've been trading within a range for a bit here. It's just, you take a look at the last year, it's very much just like this. Price to earnings already over 26. So, I mean, you do your due diligence. You talk to a licensed professional financial advisor. You're smart. You know what you're doing. Talk to people. Figure it out. But I thought this was a very interesting earnings call, mainly because 14.4 billion in revs is a lot, but they're not going to get covered. They don't take a lot of media because it's boring. They just transport food around in big trucks. I'm sure you've seen big silver Sysco trucks, but it's not an interesting topic. It should be, because it could be at some point in time, if this is the time, or another time is the time, but at some point in time, and it's definitely interested to look into as an investment. Sysco is a very well-run company that seems to be growing, even though there's a bit of retraction we see in the United States, which again is something that, you know, that's a red flag, so it's something definitely in the con column. But internationally, 80% growth year over year is not the worst thing I've ever heard of. Pretty good earnings call by Sysco as far as I'm concerned. Beat the street on revs, beat the street on earnings. International food service sales up considerably